Hey guys, and welcome to Guess What? The Feed the Beast server. As you can see, I went ahead and took the liberty of setting up some of the very basic industrial craft things to get myself going, and I have a little simple system for putting ores in a macerator, having it sucked out into an electric furnace, and then taken out to an ingot chest. Now let me talk about a couple of things that Feed the Beast has that I'm using right now that you haven't seen yet, because the rest of the stuff you have seen. First off, you'll notice in my inventory is this weird thing. This is called a rock cutter. Now it's very similar to an electric drill. You just have to put an electric circuit here. There are some different options of circuits you can use, but just an electric circuit works fine. An RE battery, 2 pieces of steel, and industrial diamonds. And steel is quite annoying. You have to build yourself a little, whatchamacallit, a blast furnace to make steel. I built one for the sole purpose of getting the rock cutter, and then I just tore it down because, well, I want to get into the railcraft stuff separately, and I don't want to have a blast furnace sitting around. So, basically, if you want one of these, just build yourself a blast furnace and throw one together. But don't worry about that so much, because we'll get into it later in this series, since we never did get around to covering railcraft. And another thing you haven't seen yet are these sandstone pipes. You make them the same as any other buildcraft pipe, 2 pieces of sandstone around glass. And sandstone pipes don't connect to inventory, so you can see they're not connecting to this furnace, they're not connecting to these chests, they only connect to other pipes, which is quite handy. Now, if we pop upstairs here and outside to what will be the factory. One moment, I think I hear a fire. And that's bad, seeing my house is wood. Let me check that. Okay, no fire after all. No idea where that came from. But moving on, I have my little sap farm over there. That's pretty basic. I've got myself a house getting built. Not a house, this is going to be a factory, which we'll get into pretty soon. And this place has obsidian pressure plates on the front of it. Now, obsidian pressure plates are made just like any other pressure plate, 2 blocks of obsidian and a crafting table. And the difference about obsidian pressure plates is they can only be activated by players. Mobs cannot walk over them and activate them. And now for just some other general things about Feed the Beast. Feed the Beast is 1.4, so that means it's fully up to date. No worries about that. I have my stone brick walls and all of that good stuff. Another thing about Feed the Beast is there is no red power in it, so I won't be able to use those timers or the filters or the pneumatic tubes and such as you have seen in Tekkit. But that's red power will be added on once it is finished. This also has no equivalent exchange. Now, that is just because equivalent exchange 3 is not fully released to my understanding. Equivalent exchange 3 should be added in once it's up to date. However, even with that, equivalent exchange 3 has been vastly changed since its conception. It has a new guy looking after it who has decided to go in and felt that it was overpowered and is changing it so that equivalent exchange 3 will be much more balanced. And so equivalent exchange 3, without equivalent exchange, that means no alchemy bags and no condensers or that type of stuff, which we were staying away from anyway, so that works for us. So I guess we can get started here. Now, this specific building over here is going to be used. This is going to be my thermal expansion building. Thermal expansion is a pretty awesome tech mod that is in Feed the Beast, and there's lots of other mods in here like Twilight Forest and Mr. Kraft and so on that we will get into in due time. But right now, thermal expansion is buildcraft based, which is very nice because we have all these Buildcraft tubes and stuff since we can't use pneumatic tubes. And it adds lots of machines that use Buildcraft power. It adds a way to store Buildcraft power, and so on and so forth. So that is going to be what we're getting started on this episode. And now what I want to make is a redstone energy cell. And a redstone energy cell is like a bat box or an MFE or an MFSU, except it's for Buildcraft power, which is pretty neat. It's a pretty neat device, and we'll get into it shortly. Now, it's kind of complex to build. You have to have molten redstone, which we will get into shortly. First off, we need to get a energy storage empty built, and to get that we need an energy storage frame, and to get that we need a lot of electrum ingots and hardened glass. So the first thing we will make are electrum ingots. Now, I've already got some gold dust and silver dust set aside, and that is how you make electrum. You just put gold and silver together, and you get the electrum blend. And let's see here, is this just about, I can just use a normal furnace. Oh, also, you'll notice since this pipe is connected to this furnace, I just filled up all of its inventory slots, so I don't have to worry about it getting stuff pumped into it when I don't want stuff pumped into it. Alright. So, we'll go ahead and get this electrum blend smelted up, and that will get us electrum ingots. Now, in the meantime, you'll also notice we need this hardened glass, and to get hardened glass, we need to put some pulverized obsidian and pulverized lead into an induction smelter. And of course we can't put those into an induction smelter if we do not have an induction smelter. So this is what we need. We're going to need a redstone reception coil. So let's just do that. We need gold and redstone. So piece of gold, redstone on either end. Alright. And then we're going to need 2 pieces of copper and 2 pieces of sand. Where did all my sand go? Okay, there it is. 2 pieces of sand, 2 pieces of copper, a bucket, and we need one more thing, which is the machine frame, which is 4 pieces of glass, 4 pieces of iron, and a piece of gold. So let's just get our 4 iron, and let's see here, I have glass here somewhere. Building materials, right. Okay. So let's see here. There is our machine frame, and now we can go ahead and build our induction smelter. Excellent. Now, to run the induction smelter, we're going to need Buildcraft power. So for now, I'm thinking I'm just going to use a... What are those coal power engines called? A Stirling engine, they're actually called in this mod. So I need cobblestone, piston, and 2 stone gears. Ah, poor Almanac. Shouldn't have been playing with the creepers. Okay, so I'm going to need all of this. Not all of it, but most of it. And get some wooden gears. And then just grab our stealth, handsome set of cobblestone. Oops, and upgrade these wooden gears to stone gears. Alright, what else is it that we need? A piston. So we're going to need more cobble. Okay. And redstone and iron. And wood, which we have. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Alright, there's our piston. And I don't have any more glass on me. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay. And let us get this built. Alright, there's our Stirling engine. Okay, now, to get pulverized lead, we are going to need a pulverizer. So it's a very similar recipe, except has some flint and such in it, another redstone reception coil, and you guys probably don't want to watch me craft another machine, so I'm just going to get this made, and then I will get back to you. Alright, so here I am inside of the thermal expansion building, and I have my pulverizer and, whoopsies, my induction furnace. And I went ahead and made some conductive pipes, which is just redstone combined with any of your pipes, and I have my Stirling engine placed down. And now really quickly I want to show you something pretty cool about thermal expansion. You'll notice these different colored squares on each side of the machine. Well, if you right click on them and go into this configuration, you'll notice the input and the outputs are all color coded. And so what you can do is you can click on these different sides and change what sides receive what, which I think is pretty neat for automation later on. So you can go in and change any of these inputs and outputs, and this pulverizer has 2 output slots, because sometimes when you pulverize something they have like a, well, let me just check out the recipes here and I'll show you what I mean. Like if you pulverize cobblestone, you'll always get sand and you have a 10% chance of getting gravel. So it has a second output slot for these random things it sometimes gets. Now, these are the only machines that can pulverize. Let's just put like a 1/4 of a stack in right now. These are currently the only machines that can pulverize lead. A normal macerator cannot macerate them. Ooh, this might be a while. Okay, I'm going to let these build up power and let the Stirling engine heat up, and then we'll come back and we'll pulverize some obsidian and some lead. Alright, well, it looks like we have enough in the pulverizer to start doing some pulverization. Now the first thing I'm going to do is pulverize a couple pieces of obsidian. Now you'll notice that when I put it in there, it instantly got eaten up, and it just gets put in the middle here and it will get spat back out the other side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll go ahead and get 8 of that made so we can make 8 pieces of hardened glass. Alright, so you can see I've gone ahead and got the lead started, and in the meantime we can work on some of the other components we will be needing. So we'll be needing lead ingots, which we will smelt down shortly, diamonds, which we can go grab, and we're going to need a conductive thingamajiggy, which is similar to the previous one where we put bronze in the middle, except now I will be putting an electrum ingot in the middle. Excellent. Okay, so electrum and redstone. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, so there's our conductance coil. Yep, there we go. And let's see here. I need lead, another electrum ingot, and diamond is the one thing I was forgetting. Let's see here. That's up here. 17 diamonds now, yay, and 3 emeralds, which are going to come quite in handy later in this mod for certain recipes. Oh, look at that, a data storage circuit. What's that for? I have no idea, but we'll find out. So yeah, good times, good times. Alright, so let's see here if I have 2 lead ingots that I can begin smelting, or 2 lead dust, I mean, that I can begin smelting. Alright. So I shall go smelt these into lead bars and return momentarily. So I just discovered that you cannot turn pulverized lead into ingots. You have to use lead ore to get lead ingots. Odd. Okay, let's see here. So that's going to be enough of that for now, since apparently... No, you can get a lead ingot out of it. Why have you been lying to me? I'm so confused. I guess it just doesn't work in an electric furnace. I guess I'll have to use a... Ooh, wait a second. I can use the induction furnace, which I have Jay chillin' here. Let's put these two in there. Or not. You're not going to work. Okay, let's go back to the normal furnaces. You know, it would be helpful if I put pulverized lead and not pulverized obsidian into the furnace. That would probably help when I'm trying to make lead. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Anyway, so now I have the 2 lead ingots. There we go. And now to induction furnaceify some of that hardened glass that we need. And spiders flying through the fresca. Nope, nope, oh, nope, 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 dang it. Okay. All of my stuff is mine. Leave me alone. Whoa, whoa, that was weird. Oh, no, you're not welcome in my home. Okay, let's see here. There's my sword, my rock cutter, my lap pack, chainsaw. Okie dokie. There we go. Alright, I definitely need to light this place up some. Where's my bread? There it is. Alright, now pick my bread. There we go. Okay, so let's go without dying this time. Okay, so 8 obsidian and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the pulverized lead. And now we are making hardened glass. Okay, so there's 1, 2, we need 4, let's see here, yep, we need 4 and a diamond, diamondio, okay, that's 3, and we'll get this final one here, and that will be 4. Alright, so let's go build ourselves a thingamajig. And downstairs, off to the, whoa, what's the food do-do-do? Okay, magic teleportation. Alright, into the crafting bench, and that's 4 hardened glass. I bet I did this wrong. Let's see here. A diamond and 4 electronium. There we go, an energy storage frame. Alright, we've gotten the first major step into... Oh wait, we have everything else we need. What am I doing? Why am I ending the episode now? That would be silly. Okay. There we go. And now we have an empty energy storage cube. And next episode I'll show you how to fill it with redstone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to feed the beast. Toodles!